Welcome to Magical Moments for that ease and betterment in your life. So, are you feeling that ease and betterment? I don't think so. If you are, hey, I give you so many kudos and congratulations. But that's not what I'm hearing. That's not what I'm hearing, folks. So if you are feeling that, hey, will you send me a little text telling me I'm doing great, Alena? And I'll think, oh my gosh, you're listening to the shows. Anyway, let's talk about this in all seriousness. I'm getting so many questions on social media, mostly, about having a lot of negative feelings. Yeah. Being really angry. I've heard I can't even get on social media or listen to the news anymore. I'm inundated. I'm at my point. And now it's snuck into my everyday life. I just don't feel like me anymore. Yeah. And that's sad. And that's a problem. Because if you don't feel like you and you're not feeling good, you're in a terrible cycle. And it will affect every part of your life. You know, it's really a funny thing that we don't understand it's a cycle. We think we are filled with, we're right. We have the negative we're right syndrome. We're right, and everybody else is wrong. Well, you know, it's really great that you have standards in your life, and I'm glad for that. But my gosh, there are a lot of people in this world, and if you try to make everybody like you, well, number one, I hate to tell you, it'd be kind of boring. I don't want a bunch of me's, you know, but it'll also be impossible. Impossible, because you are you, they are they. And when we start to understand that, it already starts to break that cycle. A lot of our cycle is because we are heavily into principle, and it has to be this way. My gosh, you can't even, I love TikTok. I love to laugh, so I have all the laughing videos. Well, they're not laughing right now. A lot of people are really, really upset. And I have to say, people always ask me how I am free. And I thought I would talk about that a little bit. Do I care? Of course I care. I actually did some somewhat political sort of videos on TikTok. But here's the thing, folks. When you get to a point, which is where I get people, by the way, my clients are not suffering by this. I have to tell you that right now. Because when you understand, you don't get soaked up in it all. You don't get soaked up. I really want to talk about this wonderful story I've told before, okay? And we're going to talk about the feelings this person had. So there's a man who's really hungry. He's out in the desert. And this is an old story from India, and it's going to serve very well right now. This man goes out into the desert, and he's so hungry, and he's so thirsty, and he's so tired. And he sees this tree. He says, oh my gosh, finally, shade. And he goes and he sits under the tree. And he thinks, oh, this is so wonderful. Oh, I'm so, so happy. I really am thirsty. And poof, there's water right before him. And he says, oh my gosh, this is great. Now I can, I feel so full of water and happy. And I think I'm a little hungry. Poof, a beautiful, wonderful buffet appears where he has all the food he loves. And so he eats and he eats and he eats and he thinks this is so wonderful. And then as he sits back with his drink and his food and he sits under the tree, he thinks, this is amazing. I'm getting everything I want. I'm having fun. Oh, but wait. This is a magic tree. Oh, this is an evil tree. Oh my gosh. What if I thought of ghosts, and poof, ghosts appear. And then he says, oh my gosh, they're going to kill me. And poof, guess what? Our world is a world that is ever changing. And yes, our world right now is under a big, giant deconstruct. But we're not going to disappear. Tomorrow I am not going to wake up on another planet. I'm here. But is all that worry of this world being an evil place, is it going to make my world better? Am I making it worse? Am I that man under the tree who's proclaiming all the evilness and then it does it to me? Or am I the man who says, oh my gosh, this is a wonderful place that I have an opportunity to be the change that this world needs? My dad was a man who took everything very seriously until later in life, and it weighed on him. It weighed on him so fiercely. He took his job seriously, and he took his little flower child daughter extremely seriously because he worried about me every day, and he really didn't need to. And it really caused him problems. It wasn't until he retired and he decided to become a beekeeper and work for the environment in his state, which I was very proud of him, that he started having fun and enjoying. And for the first time in his life, I actually saw him like himself, really like himself. And that's when he started saying he wanted to get more connected to God. Isn't that interesting? My grandmother and my great-grandmother, to the day they died, I always saw a spark in their eye. And my grandmother, who always looked beautiful, but always did what she wanted. She raised her kids. She was really happy and she was good with her kids. But if she wanted to be such and such, she would be the such and such. If she wanted to go somewhere, she would go somewhere. If she wanted to go with her sister to Las Vegas and just play, she would go to Las Vegas and just play. She lived life on her own terms, and she became who she wanted to be. If you want to be a person who is worried all the time, this is the time to do it. You've got lots of ammunition, and you can be that. Is that the person you want to be? If you want to be a person who is only known for the legacy of pushing principles down other people's throats, you will be known as that. If you want to be a person who lives life to the fullest, enjoys it, tries to help people in the best way we can, fill your life with integrity and compassion, then that's the person you're going to be. If you want to be the person who wants to reach for opportunities, which now there are a ton of opportunities out there, folks, a ton of opportunities. If you just open your mind to what are the opportunities of this time, then you will see the opportunities. It's all different cycles, and you can choose what cycle you want to be in. But you got to break yourself out of the old. So if you are somebody who has to turn off all the social media and everything, I say bravo, bravo. And if you are a person who feels like it's time for you to heal from all the trauma we've been through, then take the time to heal. What does that mean? That means, okay, turning everything off, taking time to be with yourself, meditating. I'm offering this. This is not an ad, but it is true. I have a wonderful spiritual healing journey that's I think it's about 8 weeks, once a week. And it helps you tremendously. You will conquer it, that wonderful feeling of forgiveness for yourself and the world. But you can do it on your own with meditation and reflection and looking at these things in honesty, getting out in nature, right? And taking the time to just heal and seeing the glory. Read Meister Eckhart. That's a wonderful thing to read too as you're healing. If you are someone who just needs to turn off that social media and find yourself, okay, then guess what? Turn off that social media. Turn off that news. Yes, turn off the news. You're not going to miss anything. The whole world is doing its own thing right now. You can pick it up next week. It's still going to be what it is. But where you are right now isn't going to help anyone. If you are so in a chaotic mess and so angry, believe it or not, you are no help to anyone. You think it is. We're a nation that builds on anger, but it's not. What we need now are people that see a higher good and can get people into strategic ways of conquering and bringing that higher good to everyone. That's what we need. Instead of sectioning off everybody and putting everybody at each other's throats, we need to bring people together. We're a United States. We've always been strong. We have incredible people in this beautiful country of ours. It's time for us to find ways, and those are the opportunities, folks. But you got to get out of your cycle. It's paralyzing. So, okay, start practicing those gratitudes. I preach that like, oh my God, every day because it works. Start preaching it. Start feeling it. Start opening yourself when you go out. At first, it's going to feel so weird because you're in a cycle of negativity. You got to break it. So go out and talk to at least 3 people you don't know. That's going to be fun. It is fun, though. I meet the most incredible people. Just talk to them. And don't talk to them like they're the enemy. Open up your heart. Talk to them. It'll help you. Take a wonderful walk in nature and talk to people that you see at a park. If you see a cute baby, start talking about the baby. All right? Play music in your house and dance. Dance. Get your little boogie on. Get going. Get that body moving. Do yoga. Do Tai Chi and move that energy of your body. Move your spine. Open up that spine. Release the energy in your body that has been toxic. Let it out. Get it out of you. You know? Start seeing if there are groups that are not angry groups, not woe is me groups, but maybe there's a hiking group. Maybe there's a group that has discussions that are really cool. Maybe there are groups that have, I don't know, maybe there are I know there are movie groups. Join groups that get you out into the world of people. See, what's happening is it's not your fault that you're in a cycle. I mean, when you get that higher perspective, you start to see how everything's been maneuvered. You really do start to see, and you start to see what we have been through. We have been through so much stuff. I can't say the word I was going to say. But we have. Come on. And every time I turn around, there's something new. The COVID, I hear everywhere how awful it is. Well, I've known 6 people to have that COVID. They've been over it in 3 days. Come on, people. What is going on? And if it doesn't get that, now I hear about the monkeypox. If I don't hear about that, I hear about some mosquito that's going to do something. What is this? Come on, let's look at this. And we've got, right now, we do have to look at our climate. It is going wacko, right? I think it was always meant to go wacko. It's going through a cycle also. Everything is being regenerated. If you look at it in a different way, it's not that everything is coming apart. Well, it is. But you can look at it as, oh my God, everything's coming apart. Or you can look at it as this is the time for, hey, wouldn't it be great if the United States came out so much stronger and unified, and we can show that democracy can work with a government that is for the people, by the people again? Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah. Is it possible? Of course it's possible. It happened once, it happened twice, it can happen again. Wouldn't it be nice if all the governments started to listen to their population more? And we created a world that felt more unified instead of warring all the time. Now, that's a far-reaching goal, but is it possible? Yes. when you are not in the negative, you start to see that there are incredible things that can happen. But you got to get out of that cycle. You got to get out of that cycle. And if you say, Alena, I can't get out of that cycle, this is such an important time, then you still have to get that energy out of your body. And if you have to get that energy out of your body, then start to protest. Start to whatever you're protesting for. Start to be active in whatever you're doing. Don't just complain. Don't listen to the newscasts and just complain about it to everyone. Do something. Because what happens is that anger can turn on you and turn into poison. And it can poison your heart. It can poison your mind. And it can poison the cells in your body. But you know, Warren Buffett said this thing that I really love. He said, be the person you want to be. And as you're dancing in your living room, think about that. Who do I want to be? Do I want to be this person who bounces from each trauma, or do I want to be strong? Do I want to be a person who believes everything they're told, or do I want to be a person who gains their own knowledge and wisdom and makes my conclusions there? Do I want to be the person that everyone says is grumpy and hard, or do I want to be a person who's filled with compassion and love for people? Do I want to be a person of integrity or not? Do I want to be a happy person, or do I want to be an angry person? It really is that simple, folks. You are in control of you, and you can break through anything, any cycle that you're going through. It all starts with that decision. It really is that simple. I know there's all these wonderful gurus out there who tell you, oh, you have to do A, B, C, D. It is a decision, and you have to start making it. The one thing I do want to add, if you are in that cycle of negativity, all right, stop beating yourself up. That's not going to help. And so every time you see yourself getting that heaviness, and everybody does it. Everybody falls into that negativity once in a while. I don't care who they are. I do too. But I don't punish myself. I say, oops, we're listening to too much. I got to stop. Or else I got to make a video. But I got to expel this energy somehow. And I don't stay there. And that's what you have to do. Just say, oops, oh my gosh, we are getting really not happy today. Okay, what am I going to do instead? I think I'll go for a walk. I think I'll call a friend. I think I'll do my gratitudes. I think I'll pet my dog. I think I'll make brownies. I think I'll call my grandkids. I think I'll go take a walk by a lake or water. Do you see? Take the steps to get yourself out of the cycle. And every time you listen to the news, don't listen with this thing of, I've got to learn everything. Instead, say, okay, there's an opportunity here. Where is it? There's an opportunity to bring people together. There's an opportunity to make this world a better place. There's an opportunity for, I don't know, if you're a money person and you want to make money, there's an opportunity for money, believe it or not. It is time for you to step out of being a victim and being like this leaf that blows in the wind, which each crisis you get blown up like a balloon or a rooster, and just repeat what you just heard. It's time for you to graduate from that. And really, when that day comes, when your time on this earth goes away, how do you want to be remembered? Seriously. I know I want to be remembered. Well, I don't care if you remember me or not. But if I had to choose how to be remembered, I want to be remembered as a light for people. A person who showed that you didn't have to take life so damn serious. and who doesn't take herself that seriously. That's really heavy stuff. I don't want to do that. And someone who always saw the potential in others, who always saw their light. If I pass on and that's what people remember, I think I've done a really great job here. What's yours? You can get yourself out of this negative cycle. You really can. In fact, you don't even have to be in that negative cycle. If you're just negative at work, if you're trying too hard, and I know a lot of you are, I know it, you're out there, you're making your way, you're building your businesses, and you take it oh so very seriously. And it is serious to a point. But don't forget why you're doing it. You're doing it because you love it. And if you don't love it, well, then you're doing it because you think it's bringing you good in some way. So celebrate the good. Don't take yourself so seriously. Don't take this world so seriously. There's always a change. Everything here is to help you to see that you are the creator of your world, nobody else. And it all starts with how you want to feel and who you think you are. That's it. No one's going to tell you who you are. The news can't tell you. The social media can't tell you. Only you can. There's a lot of power in that. Now you just have to decide who you want to be. And that's it. It's that easy. So, with this newfound freedom, and I do understand that people are very worried about this world, I want to leave a little message here. My dad used to say the world always swings in pendulums. And so we've had it quite, well, you might disagree with me, but I thought we had it quite good in a lot of ways. and I like my freedom. But then now we're in another way. And this too shall pass. Because I think that any time that the world goes to extremes, people start to rise. And when people start, but this is the thing. Do we want people rising just with this principle? Their principle? Not me. I actually got on social media and said this. And I was talking to the Democrats. And I said, you say you want me to vote for you. You say that that's the only way we're going to get Roe versus Wade back. But the way I see it, you're not giving me anything. You're not giving me the leader. And we need more than just a law pass. We need a leader. We need someone who has vision, someone who has a higher vision, who can unify this country, not keep splitting it apart, right? Yeah. Now, see, I'm not doing anything negative. That's where the power is, folks. That's where the power is. Have fun on your journey of creating a more positive outlook and a happier outlook. You might do the whole world a service. Love you all. Have peace and joy in your life. That's where spirit can enter in. Namaste.